Fishing in Windrose is something you do not want to skip out on. It's the only way to craft the best food buff in the entire game. So in today's video, I'm going to take you from a Guggen to a master baiter. Already diving right in, let's start with the Seafood Platter, as this is single-handedly the best epic food item in the game that provides you 20 vitality for 30 minutes. Vitality, if you don't know, directly increases your health pool, and this bad boy is the best recipe here for every single player. I don't care what your build is, this will increase your vitality by 20 points for 30 minutes. This is huge when it comes to survivability, and everybody gets this after beating the very first boss. Basically, increasing your health pool allows you to take more hits, stay in fights longer, and basically survive longer in general. The vitality is the one that you want active basically at all times. You can then pair this with any of the other buffs that are provided from the other epic foods that also give you 20 points in something based on your build specialty, whether that's going to be precision or mastery or endurance. I mean, you name it. I think coffee is a very good option just because it does increase your endurance, not necessarily directly related to fishing, but still a very good option to pair along with the Seafood Platter. Now, it's important to note that most of the ingredients for the Seafood Platter can actually be farmed naturally, or you can actually buy it from the local merchant. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably haven't unlocked the merchant, and that's okay. Basically, in Tortuga, you can spend money, buy a contract from one of the vendors there, and then place a merchant down, and then you can buy shipments from them, okay? That's two ways that you can farm the most of the materials for the Seafood Platter. But the one material that you cannot farm and you cannot buy anywhere is actually the fish fillets. These you do need a fishing pole for, and you are going to have to fish. Now, it's important to note that you do not unlock the fishing rod until you reach the second biome, the foothills. So you are going to have to kill the first boss and then make your way to the foothills biome, and you're going to need to be looking for specific trees that give you hardwood. Once you collect hardwood, well, then that should unlock the fishing rod recipe. Go back to your base after collecting hardwood and iron from a mine in the foothills, the second biome. Go back to your workbench, smelt the iron ore, and then go ahead and craft a fishing rod. Now, when it comes to location, currently at the time of me recording this video, location does not seem to matter. Even though some fish say deep water or shallow water, it doesn't seem to make a difference, and I was able to actually catch all of the fish just from standing in one single location for roughly 15 to 20 minutes. And as far as the fishing mini game, the game doesn't do a really good job of explaining how this works. You're kind of just thrown out there. When you go ahead and click, look into the water, and then click, your guy will cast the rod out. When the bobber hits the water, you're basically just waiting for it to fully sink and submerge. It's going to take a little couple of nibbles a couple of times, just like a standard fishing pole, and then once it does bite, or something does bite it, it's going to drop it and sink it underwater. Once that happens, you will see this little splash of water or waves coming up continuously. Sometimes it'll last longer. You know, you can miss it if you wait too long. So, but basically go ahead and click again, and then it will catch the fish. It's really that simple. There's nothing else more to it. At least at the time of recording this video, it's not anything else. It's hard. You just have to make sure you're clicking right when the splash, starts to happen and the bobber does sink. And now here's something interesting and important that you need to understand, because I was completely wrong when I assumed this is how it worked, but I figured out later that's simply not the case. So fish come in different rarities. You can see that by the backing color of the type of fish. Sometimes they can be green, they can be blue, they could be epic, you name it. And I assumed, like most players, that this would probably increase the quality of the dish that I use that specific fish in. So if I use like an epic fish, for instance, it would increase the quality or the amount of points or stats that the dish gets once I fully craft it utilizing the higher tier or higher rarity fillets. Well, it does not. The only difference here between the rarities or quality of fish actually determines how many fillets you get when you right-click on each fish. And yeah, that's literally all you have to do to get fish fillets. You look at the fish inside your inventory, right-click it, and it will turn itself into fillets. So for like the epic fish here, it'll give you like 10 or 12 fillets when you click on it versus the, green one that will give you like 5 fillets. So there's a massive difference there when it comes to the amount of fillets you can get based on the quality of fish. Now, here's where fishing goes from something you have to do to something you actually want to do. So in the game, if you press tab and head over here to your challenges section, you'll actually see that there is a challenge in the game for catching one of every fish type, and completing it will award you this fishing ring. And the nice part about this ring is it has a passive buff, which gives you a percentage chance to catch an additional fish on each cast. And this means when you are fishing, you will randomly catch an additional fish, which will speed up your fillet farming significantly. Oh, and yeah, the ring can also be upgraded to increase this percentage chance, again, allowing you to farm more fillets. And to be honest with you here, I thought it was going to take me forever. I thought I was going to have to go to various locations to collect every single one of these these fish. But honestly, that's not true at all. It literally only took me 15 to 20 minutes to fully complete the challenge, and I only stayed in one place. Okay, and lastly here, this is less of a tip and more of you should just definitely know that this exists and you should look to collect it. While fishing, you have a probability to catch a smasher, which is literally a swordfish weapon. Yeah, you heard that right. Check this thing out here. It's a blue item by default. It does do crew damage, and it does come with a very unique perk that has a percentage chance to knock back an enemy, right? Again, I don't necessarily think that this is a serious weapon. I think it's more of a troll, like, trophy collection item that you could find just from fishing, in the game. And secondly, here, it's not necessarily going to be a meta weapon, even though you do have the ability to level it up. I don't know. If somebody does fully max it out, let me know down below in the comments how good it is. Either way, I think it's absolutely hilarious that you're running around with a swordfish, and it's more of a conversational piece, and it's definitely something that caught me off guard when I first caught it. Seafood Platter, every session, no excuses. Craft your rod, craft the seafood platter, eat your buffs, survive longer. It's that simple. If this video helped you guys out, drop a like and drop a subscribe here on the channel for more Windrose guides and content. And with that being said, as always, guys, I'll see ya on the next one.